What's up, gamers? Here we have a motherboard, here we have an IPS screen and another IPS screen, and we have a shell here. And in this video, we are going to be shell building, not swapping. We're going to be building a DS Lite with dual IPS screens. We have very glamorous gold buttons here and a wood shell. This requires a lot of prep for the IPS screens and for all of the mods that I will be installing for my customer. So this was custom ordered off of my website. He was like, hey, can I have a wood shell with gold buttons? I'm like, absolutely. So our customer ordered a custom power LED and USB-C charging on the board, and then we have to do everything else for the IPS screens. So first, I'm going to do all of the boring stuff first and get all of the shell trimming out of the way. This is gonna look sweet. Look how nice that looks. We will be installing a white power LED and USB-C charging. So we will be heating this up and removing it just like that. Add the white LED and then get some solder and then touch it to the LEDs. I'm gonna touch it to the red one too because I shifted that one just a little bit, but it's totally okay. And just like that, our LEDs are on perfectly strong. We see our white LED turns on nice and bright. And then when I remove the battery, the red LED flashes. We must solder on our USB-C port. I'm going to suck up the solder on each of these points. And now I will blow hot air until it falls. Can use our tweezers to help it. There it goes. And now I'll get my faceless tech port. I'm going to put some flux along here and then put this port down, line it up as best as I can. And then I clamp it in place. And now we already have flux seeping through the holes. Simply apply solder. It has been soldered on perfectly. It works. I got to get it cleaned up a little bit, but it works very well. Before we leave our soldering station, I must solder on one last thing, and that is an enameled coated wire for the IPS screens. If you guys want a tutorial video on this, please let me know. So here we have our little enamel coated wire. From this point to this point, it's perfectly strong and sturdy. You see when I tug on it, it tugs the whole board. Now we are actually ready for assembly, which begins, well, first, I gotta get this cleaned up just at least a little bit. So now we are left with this shell piece, and this shell piece. I'm going to entirely prep our shell. So here are the speakers we will be hijacking. Now we can actually install this ribbon cable. I like to install the speakers first because it just makes it easier for me. And then put it through the hole, guys. Okay. And now we get a Wi-Fi antenna. Install it, properly route it, and a microphone. Again, install and properly route. Now we are ready for our IPS screen, but first I want to clean off these speakers. They are a little bit dusty. And now, here we have our top IPS screen, which honestly, I don't know why I didn't think to do this before, but before I install it, I'm going to add the spacers. So it's super simple. It comes with 3 adhesive strips. I use these. And then the extreme right shell comes with, for its top lens, this piece. I use this center piece, which is this right here. You can punch it out and use this center piece and then cut a hole in it. So what I do, I like to make this perfectly straight. It matters less because this is a solid shell. You don't see through this. I still like to make it perfectly straight. I get a pen and I like to kind of draw around it, even though this has absolutely no ink. This is so cool. But either way, it's now indented. See this little indent where the square is? I'm going to cut with my ultrasonic knife around there, but maybe add ½ centimeter on every edge. See that? That's pretty much perfect. I'm also going to extend it out to here because I'm going to be adding the mode function. You can press start or select for 3 seconds and it changes the mode of the screen. So now see how it's perfectly cut throughout the chip, and then this right here is mode. It needs the extra space because otherwise it's going to cause a dark spot on the screen because of extra pressure. And then I'm going to show you the way that I install the adhesive strips. So this is what this one piece is for. We can clean off the shield of the screen. Perfect. It can be a little tricky, but peel this up, I hold it straight, sticks it in place. Now it would be nice if that's cut a little more. That's fine. And then I take these adhesive strips and I lay them along here and I lay them along here. And then I do 1, right here against here, line it up straight, and cut it along the line. And I laid them along here, and that's a perfect seamless transition. So now our top screen is all ready to be installed. If you do not install this first white piece on or underneath this ribbon cable, then it will be too shallow and it won't fit properly. So the extra little thin layer of adhesive totally solves that issue. And now we can fold this over, put it in, and see, I normally do all of the adhesive stuff after I put it in, but I did it before this time, and I think it made it a lot easier. Let's get the LCD in straight from here. I really like the wood shell. What do you guys think? And with the gold buttons, this thing is going to look insane. We already have our speaker rings, so I don't need to worry about installing any speaker rings. They are already on the speakers. We're out the cables. I like to get a piece of Kapton tape and then put it along here. So now we can install the top. Now we can install the top plate here. Slap this on, and the screen fits in there absolutely perfectly. However, I'm going to install our mode cable, which means we need a lengthy enough piece of enamel-coated wire. Alexa, turn on micro. So I'll solder up the mode button. Here's the enamel-coated wire I just cut. And before I put it in, I'm going to put it through the ribbon cable. And now we will hook it up. Just like that, so we can lay it underneath our Kapton tape to help hold it in place. Now we can get our top shell piece, put it down, snap it on, slide it forward, and now we have all of our cables here, and this is looking amazing. I love the way the black looks against the wood green. Alexa, turn off Ohio, or Alexa, turn off micro. Okay, now we can come in with this shell that I spent so long trimming, and it looks phenomenal. Okay, yeah. That is the most stressful part of the IPS screen installation for sure, but it's so worth it, man. Get our bottom screen to top screen converter, and then bam, just like that, all of our cables are through. We can get a hinge. I must have cleaned this hinge already because it looks very clean. We have our hinge cover. Test our hinge out. Super strong, snaps perfectly. We can get a Nintendo LED diffuser. I do not use the Extreme Rate one that comes with the Extreme Rate kit because it diffuses the LED horribly. And especially with my custom power LEDs, I want them to shine through properly. So now we can get a long hinge screw and screw this in. Bam, bam. Perfect. Okay. That's awesome. Now we can get these gold buttons in. These gold buttons feel so good in the hand, like they're such high quality. It's 24 karat gold if you guys were wondering. I'm kidding, guys. I am the manual, what the heck? We're out our microphone cable. This was cut to like the perfect length. This is how I kind of try to route these. And now actually before I hook that up, I'm going to do the same thing and wire up our bottom screen. Now this one also comes with adhesive strips, but I do not use them for this because I do not see a point, because this already is a high spot as it is, and sometimes this shows up as a high spot too, as the tiniest dark spot. You can't see it during gameplay, but if you try to focus on it, and then if you like press on the screen, then you can definitely see that this is a high spot. This bottom screen definitely needs prepped because this shield will short out the whole board and blow stuff up. That would not be cool. It could be gnarly, but okay, so now I come in with some tape, just regular tape, and we mask it off. Mask off the entirety of the shield. Super clean, and now nothing will short. So that's exactly what we want. And now we can solder up the mode button. So to solder up the mode button, I like to go like a U over top of these and then back down to the start and select button, which are right here. And now we get our motherboard, our meticulously modded and prepped motherboard. Hook this up, and now the bottom gets soldered to PO2, and the top screen will get soldered to PO3. PO2 is select, PO3 is start, and I think start for the top, select for the bottom, you know, up, down, top, bottom. It's perfect. So now, before I plug it in, I'm going to do this. I peel up some of this and then fold it back down so that it's easier to peel once it's installed. But now we can install our cable. If it'll ever go into the connector for me, would be fantastic. There it goes. And now the digitizer. Now this digitizer cable is pretty crappy. Honestly, it's like so flimsy. It's really difficult to install. But if you guys believe in me, maybe it'll speed it up. There we go. Took a couple of tries, not that bad. Now we can get it installed into here. I'm going to make sure this cable is actually underneath the screen more than it is. Before I fold it down, I solder this cable. So put it underneath the digitizer, and now I can route it and solder it right there to PO3. There we go. Got that soldered on well, won't go anywhere, routed properly, and then we want to make sure these cables aren't getting in the way of the little chip for the IPS screen. So once it's down and in place, Then I like to open this up and get real close and personal with my Lite. A little more intimate than I'm usually willing to get, but work is work. Both cables are perfectly out of the way of the chip for the IPS screen, so hook up the mic while we're here, and then I can get 2 motherboard screws in. And then I will route the black cable underneath the cartridge port. Seems like this is not going to be a first try attempt because it seems flimsy, but I will try my best. Oh, it is. That's how you guys know this is my job. I do this for a living. Plug our Wi-Fi chip in, and we can plug our Wi-Fi antenna into the Wi-Fi chip. Now, guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm sure ready. I hope it works. We're going to put the battery up to the contacts and turn it on. We get no power. We actually get no power. How come we get no power? Oh, so now it turns on. I reseated the IPS screen cable, which I believe is what was causing the issue. We can get our fully charged battery up to the contacts. Turn it on. Yes, dude. Look at that. Dude, I don't think you guys can see how beautiful these IPS screens are over camera. Okay, I'm going to hold the start button and the top screen should get dimmer. I'm going to hold the select button and the bottom screen should get dimmer. Perfect. Mwah. So if we hold both of them, the screens should get dimmer again, both of them. And now they should turn black and white. Mwah! This is amazing. Okay, so now test the buttons. Make sure they all work. Perfect, dude. Dude, these screens are amazing. Okay, these screens are just simply amazing. So yes, I can get the shoulder buttons in now. And now the L button must get trimmed like every single one. I always trim it. Okay. Get this installed. Bam. Just like that. Clean everything off. And we can hold this in place because now it's constantly spring-loaded, and then come in with our bottom shell plate. Make sure everything lines up. Snap it on. Amazing. What do you guys think of this color combo? I think it's unique. I think it's awesome. Let's get all of these screws in. Get our battery door on. Voila. Now let's get our serial sticker. Quick little install. Bam. Now we can open up our G-Base slot cover, install one of my Retro Revolution PCBs. I think I'm going to order some white ones because some people order white shells, some people order black shells, so nice to go along with the theme of the shell. Add some more customization. Screw it in with a black extreme right Y screw. Looks clean. Perfect. We will use our requested chrome gold rubber pads, which is more like a gun smoke kind of color. Bam, dude, this is amazing. I can't wait to send him a photo, dude. As soon as I get it cleaned up and my desk area cleaned up, I'll send him photos. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being so patient. You know who you are. You've waited so long for this. It takes me a ridiculous amount of time to get free to record a YouTube video. But I'm changing my situation, and I'm going to be able to grind YouTube like never before in a couple months from now. So guys, look forward to that, please. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be able to post videos once a week. I'll be able to be so much more flexible. I think these chrome gold rubber pads look amazing with this shell setup. Dude, these rubber pads look amazing. Dude, this DS feels such high. Dude, the D-pad, the D-pad even feels amazing. We will leave the peelable plastic for our customer to peel once he receives his system. Solid DS. Brand new IPS screens, fully charged battery. It will last 3 hours on minimum brightness. See, there's a slight indent, and whenever you add too much pressure, you can definitely see it move around. But that's just what you get with the IPS screen. Unfortunately, it's not perfect. And now, all that's left for this system is to package it up with all of the accessories my customer ordered along with, and to ship it along its way. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you thoroughly enjoyed. If you'd like to build your own entirely custom system, no matter how you want it, I will leave a link in the description, the very first link in the description. You can build your own system, include whatever accessories, whatever mods you want. I'll be more than happy to help out. Thank you guys so much for watching. This system is amazing. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one.